Hello all, I come in peace. It's Dionne. Thank you so much for joining me here today. We have yoga for stress relief. So for this practice, we'll be working to release all tension and stress and anxiety within the body using a calming breath and having a calm state of mind. So thank you so much for joining me here today, and let's get into it. All right, we'll get started by coming into Sukha Asana or whatever comfortable sitting position of your choice, coming into an easy seat, nice tall spine. You can bring the hands on top of the knees or on top of the thighs here, nice and relaxed, and we'll just gently close the eyes and take a moment to see if you're holding on to any tension within the body. See if you can unclench your jaw, drop the shoulders away from the ears, and begin to focus your awareness on your breath. When you're ready, take a deep breath in and a cleansing breath out. We'll slowly open the eyes here. Another inhale, come to a big T with the arms, and use your exhale to wrap it up and give yourself a hug. So take a moment to self-soothe as you hold yourself here. In this moment, trust that all is well and will be okay. Show yourself gratitude for making it onto the yoga mat. Show yourself love for giving yourself this time and space to release stress. A nice warm hug here. When you're ready, take a deep breath in. And exhale, release your hug, sit up nice and tall, and bring the hands down to your lap. Let's make our way onto all fours, coming into a tabletop. Nice neutral spine, flat back. Okay. When you're ready, use an inhale to drop the belly. And your exhale to round it through, tuck the chin to chest. Inhale to drop the belly. Gaze up, exhale, round and release, let it go. So go ahead and move through cat-cow at your own pace. Take whatever additional movements will feel good for you in the body here as you transition from cat to cow. So again, working to release all tension and stress in the body, taking the breath with you wherever you go. So remember, we don't force, we flow. Listen to your body. Listen to what it needs for this practice. When you're ready, let's find stillness back to a neutral spine. So we're back in tabletop, and we'll bring the fingertips in towards the body to get some wrist stretches in. So let's start with the left hand and turning the left fingertips out to the side first, and then in towards the body if that feels good for you. Okay, if that's much too much, maybe just start with the fingertips to the side. And take some gentle circles here in the left wrist. Nice and easy. Feel it out. Awesome job. Now you can stay here and do one hand at a time, or you can go ahead and turn the right fingertips to the side and then again in towards the body to do both wrists at the same time. Again, you can do one hand at a time here. So if you're doing one hand at a time, you might want to go ahead and switch to your other hand. Awesome job. When you're ready, turn the fingertips back around, back to your tabletop neutral spine. And from here, we're going to walk the knees back just a bit and extend the hands forward. For puppy posture or heart to earth pose, melting heart pose. So coming into puppy posture, the hips stay high and lifted, and it's our heart space that's working to kiss the yoga mat. Now, if you have a yoga block or a pillow that you want to use, and you can slide it underneath the heart space to bring the ground up to you, and that will alleviate the tension off the shoulders. So this space between the heart space and the yoga mat, you can have a block or a pillow. Now, ideally, the chin will rest down in your puppy posture, but if that doesn't feel good, you can just rest your forehead here against the mat. Breathing deep into the belly, nice full body breaths. If you have your forehead pressed down against the mat, perhaps it feels good to gently roll it side to side, massaging the brow bone, the third eye, applying a bit of pressure here. Awesome job. When you're ready, find stillness if you haven't done so already. We'll slowly raise the hips out of our puppy postures back to our tabletop. From tabletop, we'll curl the toes under, walk the palms forward just a bit, and lift the hips high, up, and back for our downward facing dog. So coming into the first downward dog of the practice, go ahead and pedal the feet when you arrive here. Now you can have a nice wide stance with the feet for more stability and create some more space in the hamstrings, and in the posture itself, have the fingertips spread nice and wide, the elbow creases shining towards that front edge of the yoga mat as you bow the head towards the earth. Awesome work. Now from our downward dog, let's walk that left foot to center. Inhale, lift the right leg up high, find a three-legged dog. So keep the right toes dialed down towards the floor and working to keep the hips even. So you might find that that right hip wants to peel up. See where you can get it to level out with the left hip. Remember the breath. Inhale, deep breath in. Use your exhale, step it all the way through center between the hands, and we'll lower the left knee. So we're setting up for a low lunge here. Take your time to find your footing, staying on the fingertips. We can flatten out that back left foot. Keep the heart space lifted as you draw the shoulders away from the ears. Okay. Now you can keep it here, fingertips on the earth, heart space open, or you can take a deep breath in and raise the fingertips for a low lunge, full posture. Awesome job. Inhale, one more breath. Exhale, float it down, fingertips to the earth. Curl the left toes under and step that left foot up halfway. Come into a forward fold. Now in our forward fold, the feet are about hips width distance. Keep a generous bend in the knees here. Bring the belly close to the top of the thighs. Let's find ragdoll. We grab either elbow. Find a gentle sway. And just let the head be heavy here, like dead weight. Maybe you shake the head a little yes or a little no. So find the opportunity here to release and surrender. Releasing all tension and stress within the body. When you're ready, release the fingertips to the earth. Use an inhale. Lift yourself halfway, nice long back. The hands can stay on top of the shins or maybe bring them on top of the thighs. If so, hug the elbows in towards the body as you look forward. Exhale to bow and fold, let it go. Awesome work. From here, let's plant the palms, step it back. We're in plank pose. Inhale here, exhale, float it onto the belly. Inhale for cobra. Exhale to bow. When you're ready, press it back to plank and send it back to your downward facing dog. Okay. From our downward dog, this time right foot to center. On an inhale, we lift the left toes up high, three-legged dog. Keep the left toes dialed down towards the floor. Keep the hips even. So again, that left hip will try to peel up. See where you can even it with the right. Inhale here, exhale, step it all the way through center between the hands, and we lower the right knee. Flatten out the right foot. Fingertips on the earth here as we lift the heart space and drop the shoulders away from the ears. Keep the gaze upward. You can keep it here, or on an inhale, we rise. So notice any sensations that are coming up for you in the body here. Notice how you're feeling as we release this tension in the body. Notice any thoughts that might be coming up and see if you can bring your attention back to your breath, back to your breathing. When you're ready, inhale, exhale, float it down. Awesome job. From here, we curl the toes under, step that right foot up. We're back in that forward fold. Find a ragdoll, grabbing opposite elbows. Awesome job. Now when you're ready, find stillness, fingertips to the earth. We step it back, plank pose. Inhale here. Exhale, float it onto the belly. Inhale for cobra. Exhale to bow. Press it back to plank and send it back to downward facing dog. Few breaths. Take your time here. Breathing deep. Now from our downward dog, let's go ahead and lower the knees. Find a child's pose. Knees can be nice and wide. Send the hips back as you bring the big toes to touch. Extending the hands forward for an extended child's pose. We bow the head towards the earth. And again, take a moment to see where you can do less in the posture. Where can you surrender? Using the breath to release any stagnant energy, any stress, any tension. Let it all go. Give it to the earth. So the mat beneath you, the earth beneath you, is here to take it all in. You don't have to do it alone. When you're ready, inhale. And exhale, we raise the hips out of our child's pose. And we're going to sweep the feet around and come through to a seat onto our bums so we can come onto our backs. Setting up for bridge. Now coming down onto our backs, we'll bring the heels in line with the fingertips. Setting up for bridge pose. Okay. And see if you can bring the full awareness to your spine here, bringing the full engagement, and see if you can tuck that tailbone under so it really kisses the yoga mat beneath you. Awesome job. When you're ready, palms are nice and flat against the mat. On an inhale, we press through the feet, press away from the yoga mat as we lift the hips, squeezing through the glutes, and breathing deep into the belly. For our bridge pose. Now, if it feels good for you, you can interlace the fingertips and find a bind and snuggle the shoulder blades underneath the body as you continue to lift the hips. Inhale, one more breath. Exhale, release the hips down to the earth. Hug the knees in towards the body. Awesome job. From here, bring the hands to behind the thighs, to the back of the knees, and we're going to take some rocks up and down the spine until we come through to a seat. So do this a few times, back and forth. Once you get there, we'll sit up nice and tall to come through back onto all fours and send it back to downward facing dog. From our downward dog, grounding through that left foot, inhale, lift the right leg up high. Exhale, bring it through for pigeon. So bend at the right knee and lengthen nice and long through that back left leg. Check your left toes here, make sure they're actually straight and center. Okay. And again, you can stay on the fingertips, keeping the palms on the earth. Use your inhale to lengthen. Stay lifted in the heart space. Draw the shoulders from the ears. And your exhale to bow and fold over that front leg. You can come on to the forearms. Bow the head towards the earth. Remember the breath. Remember to breathe. We won't be here for too long. Inhale, deep breath in. Exhale, slowly press up. From here, we're going to swing this left leg around to find cow legs. Now I'm going to turn towards the camera so you can see my body. But coming into cow legs, ideally, the knees are stacked on top of one another. Now, if this is not accessible for you in the body, if that's too tight for the hips, you can come and stack the legs like this instead. So bringing the foot on top of either knee instead, and this will help still create a similar stretch, especially in the left hip, okay? Or you can take on the full cow legs. Bring the hands to heart center, nice tall spine. Take a moment here, just close the eyes. Notice how you're feeling. Notice any sensations coming up in the body that need to be released. Inhale, deep breath in. And exhale. Very good. From here, fingertips to the earth, we bring that left leg back around so we can come into our pigeon pose. Press it up, back to downward facing dog. Taking it to the other side. When you're ready, grounding through the right foot, inhale, left leg up. Exhale, bring it through for pigeon. Lengthen through that back right leg. So you need a nice, strong back leg in your pigeon posture. Okay. Using your inhale to stay lifted in the heart space. Use your exhale to bow and fold over that front leg. Maybe you come onto the forearms as you bow the head towards the earth. Another option for pigeon, if this is not accessible or doesn't feel good, you can always come onto your back and hug the knee into chest for a similar stretch. Okay? So wherever you are, just remember to breathe, remember the breath. Okay? See where you can do less in the posture. Releasing all tension and stress within the body. Inhale, deep breath in. And use your exhale. We break the pose. We swing this back leg around to come into cow legs. Okay? Stacking the knees on top of one another. Or again, find your modification here. Whatever feels good for you in the body. You can even just come to a regular crisscross seat. Bring the hands to heart center. Inhale. And exhale. Fingertips to the earth. We swing that right leg back around to pigeon. Plant the palms. Send it back. Downward facing dog. Awesome job from our downward dog. Let's lower the knees. We sweep the feet around and come through onto our backs. So get there how you get there. Take your time. Okay, finding a nice flat back when you're ready. We lift the feet up for legs up a wall. And so you could come to an actual wall here and do legs up the wall, of course, for support. That is a brilliant idea. Or you can just simply float the legs up, keep it active, flex in the toes towards the face. You can keep a generous bend in the knees if you need it here, and keep in full engagement, especially with that lower back meets flesh with the yoga mat. Okay? Remember the breath, remember to breathe. Now you can stay here in your legs up a wall. If you need a little bit more, you can come into a shoulder stand. Okay, so bringing the hands to the back for support. Still breathing deep into the belly. In your shoulder stand, maybe you gently close the eyes. So we're being careful. You shouldn't feel any pain or clenching in the neck. If so, I invite you to come back to legs up a wall instead. Okay, so now you can even stay in your shoulder stand, or if you want to take it further, you can come into plow pose. So if you want, you can do one leg at a time. So we'll start with the left toes, bringing them down to the earth above the crown. And maybe we stay here. Maybe this is not accessible and we stay in the shoulder stand. Maybe we're in legs up a wall. Coming into plow pose. Again, using the hands against the lower back for support as we bring the feet above the crown. So maybe that right leg follows. Now remember the breath. Remember to breathe. We don't force, we flow. Take the breath with you wherever you go. Breathing deep into the belly. Inhale, one more breath. Exhale, release. If you're in plow, come back to your shoulder stand. And slowly release. Come all the way down. Find a fish pose on your way out of your shoulder stand. So coming into fish pose, you can bring like a triangle with the fingertips and bringing the forearms to the yoga mat underneath the bum. Okay? So we're creating this arch effect in the heart space by lifting the heart space as we bring the head towards the earth. Okay? Breathing deep into the belly in our fish pose. Inhale, deep breath in. Exhale, release. Come out of the posture. We'll hug the knees into chest. From here, keep the right knee hugged into chest as you extend the left toes. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, supine twist. This right knee will lower down over to the left side of the yoga mat as you take your gaze past your left fingertips. So that right shoulder might want to peel up away from the yoga mat. See where, you can attempt to get it even with the mat, but that comes in time, so no need to force it. Taking nice full body breaths. Again, notice how you're feeling. Notice any sensations coming up within the body that can be released. Anything that we don't need to hold on to. Let it go. When you're ready, we come back through center. Hug the knees into chest. Reset. Okay. Extend the right toes. Left knee stays hugged into chest. We inhale. And exhale, we twist. Take your gaze past that left shoulder. Past your left fingertips. Okay. Breathing deep into the belly. And maybe notice how this side feels different. Okay. Inhale, deep breath in. Exhale, we release. Back through center. One last time. We give ourselves a big hug. From here, we slowly make our way up to a seated position. Back to Sukhasana. To sit up nice and tall, we'll close this practice with some shoulder drops. So using an inhale, we squeeze and lift the shoulders towards the ears. We're tense. 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 Exhale, drop, like dead weight. So we're going to do that 2 more times. And on your exhale, really drop the shoulders. Let them fall heavy. Okay, release all tension. Anything you're holding on to, we release it with the exhale. So when you're ready, inhale, breathe it in. Shoulders to the ears, we're tense. 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 Exhale, drop. One more time, inhale, squeeze and lift, we're tense. 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 Exhale, drop. Let's bring the hands to heart center. Thank you all so much for joining me today. Thank you so much for flowing. Thank you so much for participating in this practice. I'm forever grateful. And make sure to show yourself gratitude for making it onto the mat. Until next time, namaste.